Hey, look.
We're here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And welcome all, if you're just joining us this evening for the Hometown Throwdown, coming to you live from the Rose City, Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
I'm Magic Pony Power Hour, and this is joining me on the microphone tonight all the way from the Angel City.
No.
From Denver.
No.
From somewhere.
Seattle. From one of those teams that's not playing.
Scott, that's what threw me off.
You know what?
Scotty Chicken.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just willing to drive down the road. What the heck?
None of this happens if you show up for rehearsal.
I see.
I mean,
I
that's
was
a
not
note,
informed there was a rehearsal.
Note to self.
That's the problem right there.
So right now we've got the Scarlets, Angel City Scarlets, up against your hometown world champion Rose City Rollers, Wheels of Justice.
We do, and Wheels of Justice Lauren Much is your lead jammer and already scoring points. And we also already have our first star pass to Crackerjack.
Crackerjack, who had a Crackerjack night last night, up against the Axles of Annihilation. The score on that game wasn't so super for Angel City, but the game was a lot of fun to watch.
Well, excellent. Lauren Much picking up 4 points, and we are underway. First jam done. Hopefully you joined us for our earlier game between the Denver Bruising Altitude and Angel City's B team, the Rocket Queens. That was fun. It was a good time. I enjoyed that a lot.
A very fairly matched game and a lot of fun to watch. On the line right now.
I was hoping we'd get to see Bonnie Thunders versus Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms.
I might not say anything at all.
My dreams have come true.
It's just going to throw me off.
When I saw this lineup, I'm like, this has to happen. Can we make this happen in jam number 2? Apparently we can.
Bonnie Thunders out of the pack, lead jammer for Wheels of Justice. Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms
is in the penalty box.
In the box. No wonder I couldn't find her out on the track.
Like quickly to the box, and I missed the call.
That's probably where I should be.
Well, there's no microphone down there, so that would make it very difficult for you to talk.
Nobody would argue.
On the interwebs. The joys of Twitch. Hey, Twitch audience. That was Bonnie Thunders doing a little dance and getting out of the pack and picking up 4 points. Jammer scoring 1 point for every skater that they pass. That's a blocker. They don't get a point for the jammer. They used to, but for reasons they don't anymore.
I feel like that was an okay change.
I think it was a fine change because it was always confused and often missed.
Thunderstorms breaking out of the box, through the pack, and back to the bench because that jam is off.
Yes, indeed. The jammers with the stars in their helmets, lead jammer, is the first one to exit the pack legally and cleanly, and they can call off the jam whenever they want, as Bonnie Thunders did on that jam. Look, there's that fancy footwork I mentioned earlier.
And you'll see that all night.
Yes, we will. Hey, it's Brute jamming for your Rose City Wheels of Justice. I think that is
Darby Dagger.
Is that Darby?
It is Darby.
Oh, see, I couldn't see the other 51 on her armband. I was like, 50? I don't have a 50.
That jam is off.
Yes, Brute grabbing lead, getting knocked around, and calling it off rather than letting Darby Dagger pick up any points.
Protect your points.
Yes. 0-0 jam, 16 all.
Hey, we'd like to thank Ron Tonkin, the largest selection of new and used autos in the Pacific Northwest. They're only a click away at rontonkin.com.
All right, Rachel Rotten set to jam for the Hollywood Scarlets. Lauren Much back out on that Tonkin jam line for the Wheels of Justice.
Much had a super night last night right here in the hangar. Showing off all night long.
And off to a good start tonight as well with 2 straight lead jammer awards.
Around the outside, Lauren Much on her toe stops. That was fun.
Yes, but Rachel Rotten putting the first points on the board for the Hollywood Scarlets. 4 as well, as Much choosing to run with 3 blockers starting off in the pack in the penalty box. Poor Tarantula out there all by herself. Now joined up with a 4-on-2 back advantage for Angel City. And I liked that little action. You had like the one-player goat trap going on at the back of the pack.
That's Wheels of Justice.
It's Justice Trap, Boo Gogi in the back. I
Throwing
guess
down
it
the
is.
traps. Lauren Much just tearing up the track right now.
And like almost tempting Juana Tees to attempt something.
Swing and a miss, I would call that.
And Much is like, yeah, no, I think I'll just keep on going.
Lauren Much finally caught up and breaks free for another 20 points on this jam for Lauren Much.
Yes, in the last game we were discussing, I was talking with Ron Powell about jammer styles and the Juki versus the power jammer. And Much has that quality of being able to do both, right? Ridiculously strong and able to just push through people, but also
very
agile and jukey.
Right now, Rachel Rotten being dragged to the back of the pack.
And Lauren Much also being dragged to the back, and Much says, all right, we got 2 seconds left in the jam. I might as well call it off rather than wait those extra 2 seconds. 23 points on the board for Ms. Much.
Here in the hangar, we serve Underwood wines, delicious wine in a convenient can. If you want to have the real-life hangar experience, grab some at the store near you.
And then build yourself a hangar, and you're done.
And
that second part takes a little more time.
So it's really hot all the time.
Please have a well-heated heater. Bonnie Thunders again with the star for Rose City. Pearl Jam jamming for Angel City.
Bonnie Thunders out. She is your lead jammer.
Continuing the streak of lead jammers for Rose City. Rose City now has had lead jam in every jam for this game.
Pearl Jam locked up with Tarantula and Nesbitt Smith, both on the ground on the infield.
And Bonnie Thunders pushes through, picks up 4. That takes Rose City up to 43. Angel City sitting at 12.
Pearl Jam having a tough time breaking out. Scarlett's doing a good job so far. We'll see how things go in the second half, avoiding Rose City's Wheels of Justice strategy of bunching up everybody. They just, like right now they're working on it, clogging up all the skaters in a bunch and not allowing for the walls to get built and maintained the way that a lot of people would like to do, especially when you got somebody like Bonnie on the track.
Yes, indeed. A little star pass there at the end of the jam to Whiskey Von Sweets. In case you're scoring at home, you'll want to shift your jammer from 5:12 to 10:31 for Angel City at the end of that. And if you're not scoring at home, you should be, because roller derby should be exactly like baseball, with nerds going crazy about statistics.
No.
Especially now that the WFTDA's live statistics page is up.
Oh, yes, that is true. Would you like to know where that is?
It's at WFTDA.com/new probably, because that's what most of the reads were talking
I'm going
about.
to scratch that off my list because I feel like we talked about it.
Well, meanwhile, Beyond Thunderdame jamming for Rose City against Bonnie Nicole's Thunderstorms. So both jammers with multiple words in one part of their name. But Beyond Thunderdame is out and is your lead jammer.
Thunderstorms out of the pack. Thunderdame calling it off, trying to eke out just the 1 point at the back of the pack.
But hey, 1 point is better than 0 points.
Always.
That's your Scott Chicken factoid of the day.
Hey, we'd like to thank all of our volunteers for helping us put together this whole tournament and tonight's bouts. Volunteers and Rose City Rollers, they go together, and that's what brings everything to you.
So true.
I totally forgot what I was saying.
That's right. Lauren Much and Darby Dagger back at it as we're into jam number 7.
Darby on the way to the penalty box for a cut.
And Lauren Much rolling backwards after being knocked out, avoiding the cut.
Rose City swarming the Scarlets right now. Trying to break Much out.
And Much able to juke past Soledad. And grabs the lead jammer, continuing the string 7 straight jams of lead for Rose City.
Lauren Much hung up on the inside, taken to the back.
Yeah, Tui Lyon with the run back a little bit farther, forcing Much to bump back out of bounds and come back in. And Lauren Much finally clears. 4 points up.
Darby Dagger back on the track.
Star in hand, pops it back on the helmet, and Lauren Much calls off the jam.
Hey, like we were talking about, this event is a live rankings weekend. So you can visit, this is a tough one, stats.wftda.com.
And in fact, I was over standing next to Thurston Gord while he was looking at that page, and because something happened at ECDX, the Hollywood Scarlets have now slipped to number 7 in the live rankings. I think Montreal may have won.
I'm sure they didn't like that.
Well, maybe they don't know. Maybe we're just breaking this news. We should have a breaking news banner across the Twitch feed. Everyone, please text your friends and let them know. Live stats! Hey, wait, roller derby. Bonnie Thunders. Jimmy for Rose City, Rachel Rotten for Angel City.
Everybody right now bunched up, just breaking out of the jammer box.
Rachel Rotten forced out of bounds, recycled back, but Bonnie Thunders out the front lead, jammer Rose City.
Rachel Rotten right now being escorted to the back of the pack. Wheels of Justice dropping down. Simonis covering the inside line.
And for Angel City, a little run back there by number 98 multiplayer Block, who was playing under an assumed name in the earlier game as Mally Webster. Wonder which one of those is the legal name.
There are no legal names in Derby.
Well, all right. Government name, then? Is that what we're calling it now? Bonnie Thunders, 4 points on the board, back on the second scoring pass. OMG WTF moving to the back to it. Provide some offense.
Rachel breaking out.
That is
Bonnie
Rachel.
Calling it off.
Yes, Rachel Rotten getting out finally on the initial pass. But to no avail, Angel City sitting steady at 12. Rose City now 61. Thank you for joining us live on Twitch. If you're curious about what makes a back block, a track cut, or other penalties, visit WFTDA.com/new for a downloadable roller derby cheat sheet. Which is not a guide to how to cheat. It's a, well, is it though?
On the track right now, jamming for Wheels of Justice would be Brute and Bonnie Nicole Thunders for the Scarlets.
And Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms trapped at the back. Tarantula as the kickstand on the tripod.
Scarlet's getting a good piece of Brute up front.
As Rose City shedding tenacity to the penalty box. But Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorm's not able to take advantage, and now going to the box themselves for a cut track penalty. Power jam, Brute, and lead jammer as well. And the crowd begins to chant Brute.
Is that what they're saying, really?
That's what I understand from a local source. Brute again held.
Nesbitt Smith on her way to the penalty box.
And Brute tied up at the back. Now pushing through. Oh, beautiful hip check from Soledad. Bumping Brute out. Brute calls off the jam.
That was a tumble.
Yes, it was quite the tumble. And just in time, locking Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms in the penalty box, standing, so under 10 seconds. But not free. Power jam going to Lauren, or power start going to Lauren Much.
We'll keep you updated on Brute.
There we get to see Brute bumping out to grab lead jammer on that replay. And now back to live action.
Lauren Much thrashing away at the Scarlets in the front end.
Meanwhile, Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms out of the penalty box and back engaged, so is eligible for lead. And on the blocking sled, against Gallifrey and OMG WTF.
it's odd. The beginning of this game, up until the last jam, was really kind of a free-for-all. It's a bit of a brawl, and all of a sudden the game has turned into this.
Now it's just lockdown time,
It's
and
a mosh pit.
Everybody's together. See if Alicia Nisbet-Smith will break things free as returns from the penalty box. Much out and lead, and Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorm's right behind, almost getting lead for Angel City for the first time this game, but not quite.
And that one's off.
Lauren Much quickly grabbing 1 point, calling it off.
Hey, we'd like to thank Jam on Hawthorne. Visit Portland's, when you're in Portland, best lunch spot, brunch spot. That's Jam on Hawthorne.
So it's not just a store that sells jam.
No, they have jam.
Oh, that's good.
It's brunch, you know. The place is great. I love it.
All right, Bonnie Thunders back out against Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam getting a little lead blocking from Cracker Jack, but Wheels of Justice able to absorb that fullback maneuver and regroup in front.
And this is the octopus of Wheels of Justice. They did this all day yesterday, just keeping everybody bunched up, and you cannot put anything together. As soon as you get something together, they just swarm you.
Bonnie Thunders challenging the back psycho with the force out and roll back. But now things bump up, and Thunder's getting a little offensive assistance.
Pearl Jam breaks out.
I think Mia Palau was on the offensive bump, now heading to the penalty box. Bonnie Thunders calls off the jam, no points awarded. It's a 4-0 run, takes us to 70-12. And here you see Bonnie bump to the middle and cutting through to grab lead.
I wasn't paying attention to the score until just now.
That's why I like to mention it once in a while.
I was surprised.
Yeah, because nothing other than that one 23-point jam early on. Everything's been one or two past, but
the game's playing very
constant.
evenly. It's a fun game to watch.
Yes, indeed. 51-50, Darby Dagger jamming for Hollywood Scarlets, but Beyond Thunder Dame is your lead jammer for the Rose City Rollers.
Whiskey Von Sweets to the penalty box for the Scarlets.
Yes, both teams even at 3 apiece. Gallifrey leading Beyond Thunder Dame through the pack, with Simonis helping open the hole. And everybody giving a high five to Darby Dagger.
There's a lot of that going on. It's contagious.
Yes.
What was I thinking of? I don't know.
You were thinking of that fine replay of
I
Beyond
was.
Thunder
That
Dame
was
cutting
awesome. I
right
got
through.
totally distracted with that.
Rachel Rotten at the jammer line, but Lauren Much away
On the
from
run.
the jammer line and through. 13 straight lead jammers for Rose City now, which is a great way to keep your lead in the game because you own the clock, and then you can dodge through like that and lap the other jammer. Hey, in the old days that would be worth a point. Today, not so much.
Yep. Well, and Rachel was just trying to track it. You could watch her trying to track Lauren, and she couldn't keep up with her.
Not at all. Much
Some fast skating.
Yes, Much calls off the jam, bounces into the pack.
The thing I was thinking of, the score is reflecting this very well. Rose City grabbing a ton of, all of the lead jammers, but also situational awareness with the jammers in calling off the game, the jam, before Scarlets have a chance to grab any points.
Yes.
That's really, it's really paying off right now.
Yeah, and that is the power of the lead jammer, is you can hold somebody scoreless, whether you get 2 points or 1 or 4 or 20, you're still running up the lead. And here is Brute grabbing lead jammer as Pearl Jam tied up again at the back of the pack. Big jump by Brute. Lands it and grabs the 4 points.
Gallifrey, Simonis, and OMG WTF holding down Pearl Jam right now. Gallifrey running the line. Simonis drops off and then back in to make sure things are running smoothly.
Meanwhile, Brute on the third scoring pass as Pearl Jam forced out of bounds and rolling back through. 12 points total so far for Rose City on the Jam. And OMG heading to the penalty box as Pearl Jam almost coming back in early, but not quite. Gallifrey sent to the box but waved off as there is no room at the end. So only 2 blockers on the track right now. Brute stranded and pushing.
Simonis standing in the box. Gallifrey having a seat. Leaving just Brute and her only blocker on the track.
Yes, indeed. And Brute saying, I'm just going to wait.
Simonis drops in, and that should cover things.
There you go. And now OMG is back out. Gallifrey sits in the penalty box. We're now 4-3 in the pack as Angel City has their first points since jam number 4 or 5, taking them to 16 now. And Brute content to push a bit and just let time run out on the jam. So 2-minute jam, 4 more up for Brute, 16 total. Takes us to 96-19 and a timeout of sorts. Oh, there's 3 more actually. Beautiful hop by Brute. Holding the leg out for a little extra style points, plus also, you know, not falling over.
I was going to talk about the raffle, but
I don't believe we're taking internet orders for the raffle.
Tickets are
today.
$1 each, 10 for $5, 20 for your height.
But it's not going to help you if you're out in the Twitch audience. Unless you're watching, if you were listening to the Twitch feed while in the house, kudos to you.
Yeah, you should be
because
buying
my cell
raffle
service
tickets.
not good enough to get a stream here, and you should be buying raffle tickets. You should also be buying tickets to WFTDA Champs because there's only 3,000 of them available. That's more than here, but less than, let's say, I don't know, the Super Bowl. 3,000 tickets available for the 2019 championships live in Montreal, Canada, November 15th through 17th. Do not miss your chance to get tickets at WFTDA.com/tickets. And I'll tell you how you can be a VIP later, because right now we got to regroup.
That's a long one.
That is,
one breath.
you know, sometimes.
He's a pro.
Sometimes I can squeeze that last ounce of air out of my lungs. Bondi Thunders is preparing to squeeze points out of a pack or something.
It's Thunders versus Thunderstorms.
Yes.
Miss Jam and Bonnie. Thunders lead jammer.
Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms also clear, but half a lap behind as the pack regrouping, and Tarantula heading to the penalty box.
Bonnie Thunders incognito with the old man mustache on right now. Was to caught a boo-boo earlier.
Ah.
She got a big white band-aid
Big
across
white
her
bandit.
upper lip.
Oh, so it's not like
smart.
It's not like some sort of Bron Swanson tribute.
It looks like it stings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, oh, Bron Swanson. We know you're watching, and we all miss you here in the Rose City. Hey, we'd like to thank Killer Burger. Burgers, beer, and bottomless fries. Killer Burger. If you don't live in Portland, you don't know what Killer Burger is, I'm sorry for you, because that place rocks.
Beyond Thunderdame jamming for Rose City. Darby Dagger, star for Angel City. Thunderdame pushing forward. Darby Dagger almost using Thunderdame as a lead blocker for a moment there, but now is choosing to go to the inside. And Thunderdame also looking to the inside. Now rolled back.
Darby swarmed.
Yes, high block called on OMG WTF, and a lead jammer to Beyond Thunderdame as
Forearm.
Darby. Is that forearm on Darby Dagger?
Forearm on
saw
Darby.
A couple of different penalties. At the same time, Angel City speeding things up. Polly Punchkin trying to push forward to get to the front. Teaming up with Lowe at the bit, but Beyond Thunderdame bouncing through. Now Beyond Thunderdame back for the second scoring pass. Finally calls off the jam, locking Darby Dagger in the penalty box.
7 minutes left in this first half.
And I was wrong. Darby Dagger not locked in the penalty box, released just at the end.
Oh.
No power start for you.
Lucky. That's lucky for the Scarlets. Laurelhurst Theater and Pub bringing you the best of classic and modern cinema to Portland. And a great theater where you can get a glass of beer. And I don't mean like a paper cup, I mean like a glass of beer.
Everyone, the string is broken. Rachel Rotten, lead jammer, Angel City. We are here in Jam 17. First time Angel City has had lead. Sneaking up the inside as the mustachioed Bonnie Thunders. Also clear and hopping through the pack looking for points. And there they are, 4 points up. Bonnie Thunders.
Thunders is kind of an amazing skater.
She kind of is. And a forearm penalty called on Rachel Rotten. So had lead, lost lead. And Thunders now free to rack up some points for the next minute and 20 seconds. Bonnie Thunders 8 total on the jam so far. As the Wheels of Justice splitting the pack up a bit.
That was a good one.
That was a lovely shot from Tui Lion. And a forearm penalty called as the arm was a little too much involved in that call, or in that play rather.
It was big.
It was sizable, yes. Bonnie Thunders 12 total on the fourth scoring pass as Rachel Rotten now out of the penalty box. And just going right back into the mix of it.
Scarlets finally get Bonnie off the track for a second there. Managed to hold things down at the back of the pack.
Speaking of off the pack, very clean game so far for Rose City Jammers. No jammer penalties yet. So all the power jams have been in Rose City's favor.
Bonnie threw for another 4.
16 total. Rachel Rotten held up, pushing against Tarantula. And Tarantula joined by Mia Pulau.
The pack very spread out right now.
Yes, Nisbet Smith also having to break off and provide an extra bridge. 4 more up for Angel City. Takes them to 23, Rose City sitting at 124. We are back at the Tonkin Jammer line with Brute set to jam against Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms. Everybody falling down and tripping up.
That was a bit of a chain reaction in the pack there.
I see.
Brute comes out of it to the front, and it's not over yet.
No,
People
not at
still
all.
Going down.
All that mix-up, and finally a penalty called on Whiskey Von Sweets with the low block for Angel City.
Gallifrey going crazy up front, trying to scrape some blockers off of her jammer.
Oh, Gallifrey, super fun to watch. And a very pleasant person to be around.
Holy mackerel. Not if you're wearing skates, apparently.
No, apparently not. So now we've got the double split pack. Gallifrey breaking off to go back and provide some defense, helping brace against Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms, who is working the sled, just pushing forward.
Simona's going to drop in and take care of the business for her.
Go Whiskey Von Sweets out of the penalty box, trying to break things up, but Brute lead jammer Rose City.
Bonnie Nicole Thunder's still in the pack. Wheels of Justice swarming everybody. They're like a pack of angry bees down there.
Yes, but not quite a hive mind. That's trademarked by other leagues. Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms thought she was free, but no, caught up again at the front.
I thought she was too.
Pushing. Stan the Woman providing some offense for Brute, but both defenses very, very stingy in this jam.
Everybody's sticking together really well right now. Brute dropped to the inside.
And a penalty sending a Rose City blocker to the penalty box. And Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms finally past Gallifrey. jam called off.
Wow. That was some hard work.
Yes. Brute with 4.
The home of the Rose City Rollers is located in Portland, Oregon's world-famous Oaks Amusement Park. It's also a great place to buy your derby gear because they got one of the most beautiful wood floor rinks in the whole world and a very nice setup of gear, all set for skating and for derby.
Hey, lead jammer Lauren Much. Much 100% lead jammer. Only so far the only jammer for Rose City that's not gotten lead was Bonnie Thunders in that one jam where Rachel Rotten was able to sneak up the inside. This jam, Pearl Jam, trying to break out the front. Alicia Nesbitt-Smith breaking back to bridge, and that lets Pearl Jam break free.
Everybody back on the track.
And Lauren Much calls off the jam, once again keeping Angel City from scoring. And we're down to the last minute of the first half, 133-23.
That's gotta hurt.
Your current score. This half has gone very fast. No, we had one timeout, I think, right?
Yeah.
If that.
Scarlets.
Oh, I could look at the. You're saying I should look at this thing where it has a timeout
I
call?
don't-
Or then maybe
well,
click
now
on
you
something,
can't
and
look
now I
at it,
can't
but
look at anything because I broke something on
I
our
don't
monitor.
need it anyway.
We'll just maybe
I
if
don't
hit
need to
that.
see it, Scotty.
We don't need to see whatever we
lived
were
it.
looking at before. Well, we are back with Bonnie Thunders and Rachel Rotten. Once again,
How'd you do that?
magic of computers. I pushed a button
you're
and the screen
smart.
came back. I do like that. I think Bonnie should maybe think about that white mustache all the time. It's very,
It's distracting.
very noticeable, and
Yeah.
it distracts everyone. And
should be
they'll
reflective,
just get out
too.
the way. I like where you're going with this. Good for walking around at night.
And Bonnie Thunders, lead jammer for Wheels of Justice.
Rachel Rotten trying the inside lane, but not quite able to get anywhere as Rose City defense just holding tight, and then waterfall into the front, and finally.
Pascal Affray. If you can get Pascal Affray, you might get out of the pack.
That is a win all by itself. All right.
It's intermission.
It is intermission. 4 more points for Rose City, 137-23. You'll have to come back for the second half to hear about how you can be an MVP at WFTDA Championships.
I read that thing. Those tickets are a value.
That is a value. That is a good deal. With you get a lot of stuff in that extra pack. There's Bonnie Thunder sneaking around the outside.
And like a koozie and stuff, too, I bet.
Probably.
Yeah.
I would hope that you would at least get a koozie.
Keeps your warm drinks warm and your cold drinks cold.
You can get maybe it comes with a cup of poutine. I'm not sure. We'll
a
read
koozie
that
full of
at the
poutine.
second half. You are watching the Hometown Throwdown on the WFTDA's Twitch channel. I'm Scott Chicken.
And I'm Magic Pony.
He is, and we'll be back in like 15 minutes.
Park. I'm Magic Pony Power Hour, and this is
Scott Chicken.
And we're here.
I'm
for
not
this.
nearly as magical as you.
Nobody.
You've got an entire hour of magic.
Nobody is.
I know. Well, what are you going to do?
It's right there in the name. It's like if you want great Scottish food, you go to McDonald's.
That's right. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah,
All right.
there you go.
You get the McHaggis.
It's not much better there either. So far we've seen a great game between the Wheels of Justice and the Scarlets from Angel City.
Hollywood Scarlets. Yes, it's 137-23, which seems like a very large lead, and granted it is, but it's felt like the game was closer than it actually is, than the score would reflect.
Some super good play. I'm gonna guess that a lot of that unevenness of the score has to do with the number of times Wheels of Justice have grabbed lead jammer.
That is true. They had lead every jam but one in the first half. They also were on the winning end of the various power jams. 5 power jams given up by Angel City. So hard to score points when your jammer is in the penalty box. That's a fact you can find in the rule book, I think.
I don't think you can.
That you can't really
It's
score
undoable.
points without the jammer on the track. But not a lot of huge jams. A lot of 2-and-1 passes where Rose would get lead, they'd score a couple of times, and then they'd call it off, and just holding Angel City scoreless for the bulk of the jams.
A bunch.
We'll say that. We played 20 jams in the first half, and the Angel City scored in 4 of them. So doing that math, that's what,
So
16?
for those 4 jams, though, that was pretty good scoring.
Not bad.
I mean, on average, if you're going to look at Derby as a whole, those would be good jams.
Yeah, a couple of 4s, an 8 and a 7. Not bad at all. So we mentioned at the last half about tickets for champs in Montreal, Canada. The WFTDA Championship Tournament, Montreal, Canada, November 15th through 17th. You can go in style, roll in style as a VIP. The 3-day VIP ticket, $150. Make sure you're part of the hashtag Champs3000 because, as we mentioned earlier, only 3,000 tickets available for in-venue viewing. Get your tickets today, WFTDA.com/tickets.
Lauren Much and Pearl Jam on the track right now. Lauren Much taking lead jammer right away, continuing the streak.
Yes, Much a 100% lead jammer percentage. As Pearl Jam out.
Scarlett slower down at the back of the pack. Still grabbing 2 points. Even standing still, Lauren Much grabbed 2 points, and I'm not quite sure how that works.
Oh, it's that much magic, exactly. She's a magical being.
Speaking of magical beings, Bonnie Thunder's back on the track.
Against Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms. Similar to the second jam of the first half.
Now this jammer matchup has happened quite a few times in that first half. Bonnie Thunder's on the outside.
Thunder's able to race past Polly Punchkin and grab lead jammer.
Bonnie Thunder's right into the middle of it and around the inside. OMG WTF opening up the lane for her.
4 points on the board for Bonnie Thunders. Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms trapped at the back. As OMG again playing offense and trying to break up the quadra-force blocking of Angel City.
Bonnie Thunder's through. OMG WTF just dishing out hits up front, trying to build on the confusion.
Indeed, forearm penalty called. That sends Polly Punchkin to the penalty box. So 3 blockers on the track for Angel City and a star pass as well as number 98 multiplayer block now with the star for Angel City.
Bonnie Thunder's not goofing around. 45 seconds left in this jam and already at 12 points. Finally getting a bit of a hang up.
And finally out is Mally Webster / multiplayer block for Angel City. Doesn't get the star on the helmet, however, because Bonnie Thunders calls off the jam.
All night long. Hey, we'd like to thank, I don't know, I lost my place. Secret Aardvark. Those of you watching from far, you may know of Secret Aardvark.
It's a secret, though.
It's a local flavor that kicks you straight in the mouth. That stuff's awesome, and it's made right here in Portland, Oregon.
So, first off, it's being announced on Twitch, so it can't be that big a secret.
Well,
then it's punching you in the mouth. I mean, this whole
aardvark
needs
punching you in the mouth.
I guess I would keep that a secret if I was punched in the mouth by an aardvark.
Their hands are dirty.
Brute, not dirty at all. Brute is lead jammer. Darby Dagger jamming for Angel City.
Both jammers out of the pack. Brute back in the pack. And calling it off. Looks like Darby did not get any. Thought she did.
She did. Darby was like, I got a point. Nope, no point for you. Angel City will sit at 23 as Rose City advances to 157. And there's Brute finding room on the inside to complete that initial pass and grab lead jammer.
Lauren Much.
And Rachel Rotten. Rachel Rotten, only Angel City player to get lead jammer in this game, up against Gallifrey.
Doing it again.
And is your second lead jam of the game. Yes, indeed.
That's the way to get it done.
And Lauren Much also out and giving chase as Angel City parting and trying to come together, but Rachel Rodden just literally bouncing off the pack. And then taking a big shoulder from OMG WTF.
Wheels of Justice playing their game, dishing out hits all night long. They're playing the standards from yesterday and today.
I did not realize that the Wheels of Justice were an AM radio station from the 1970s.
Everybody's favorites. Right here at WPDX, home of your Wheels of Justice.
Rachel Rotten looking to the outside edge, now back to the inside.
OMG WTF just taking no guff up front.
No, and helped out by Morgan Levy on the one-armed kickstand.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to hold this side, now I'm going to hold the other side.
Yeesh.
Let Gallifrey do a little bridging. And finally, Rachel Rotten is out with the 4 points.
That was a nice get.
It was, and Lauren Much also held up. We haven't been talking about the great work that the Wheels of Justice are doing, but Angel City not slacking off in this jam at all. As Much still not exited on the scoring pass. Finally is out with 4, and we're 1:45 into the jam.
Both jammers out again, and that's another 4 for Rachel Rotten.
3 on 4 in the pack, a slight advantage for the Wheels of Justice. And Much hits and says, there's just not enough time to worry about this. I'm going to let things go.
Sometimes that's just what you have to do.
Did collect 3 points. And Rachel Rotten getting one more, so a 9-7 advantage for the Hollywood Scarlets, taking them to 32-164.
Hey, we'd like to thank My Optic Optometry.
Back with Bonnie Thunders jamming against number 512 Pearl Jam. And both back, and now the pack moving sort of backwards.
It happens.
It does.
Bonnie Thunder's taking a beating in the back there. Well, and tired of it, decides to take lead jammer.
Exactly. Tui Lyon skating backwards in the pack for Angel City and just keeping an eye on Bonnie, trying to get in the way every time, and just that last bit was blocked out.
Pearl Jam out. Bonnie calls it off.
And Bonnie Thunder's grabbing. Waiting. I guess no points.
It happens.
I thought there might have been points coming.
I mean,
oh, there they are, too. I'm
2.
like, where did the jam ref go?
It's a little slow.
And to confer with the outside pack refs. Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms jamming against number 16, Beyond Thunderdame. So 2 skaters, both with Thunder in their last name, plus another word. And Beyond Thunderdame, forearm penalty. First jammer penalty of the game for the Wheels of Justice, and second lead jammer of the half for Angel City. As Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms pushing into the pack and trying to get around, and is called for the back block. Just a little too much of the backside, not enough of the hip on that blow. So that will free Beyond Thunderdame, and we will have a 2-minute jam.
Sorry there, Scotty. I was distracted.
I noticed.
There's a bunch of tourists up here wandering around.
You guys will allow anybody into the mezzanine.
Apparently.
Beyond Thunderdame is through, completes the initial. Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms out of the penalty box and back engaged.
I'd really rather if you didn't. That'd be awesome.
And pushing through. But Gallifrey on the kickstand on that back tripod. Let's Beyond Thunderdame pushing through the front to break free. Let's the Hollywood Scarlets come back on offense. But Juana T's called on the penalty.
I saw somebody getting escorted off the track, and I couldn't figure out who it was.
That was Juana T's heading over to the penalty box.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, slow Betancourt out of the penalty box and back as Beyond Thunderdame has completed the second scoring pass, and we got 9 seconds left in the jam.
Thunderstorms.
Spins through.
Breaks out. Now that
Finally.
everyone's in the penalty box.
A 2-minute jam
for
8-4, 9-4. As Beyond Thunderdame gets one more point.
A lot of arms in the air and wild gesticulations. Looks like everybody's cool. Hey, I'd like to thank Rendered Printing. Thank you to Rendered for the purple fan shirts that the first 40 attendees today received. So 40 people walked in the door, they got a free shirt. Now that's
not bad.
If you were just watching at home, you really missed out.
You missed out on a free shirt. You did not miss out on Bonnie Thunders just appearing out of nowhere through the middle of the pack to grab lead jammer. Darby Dagger 51-50 jamming for Angel City. As Bonnie pops to the outside for 4 points.
Wheels of Justice, just a wall of purple.
Yes, indeed.
Darby.
And Darby trying to pass it off to Tui Lion, broken up by the Wheels of Justice and keeps it and runs through the pack.
There's a lot to be said for just moving your feet.
Yeah.
That's what got Darby through that pack. She didn't take 1 second off.
So kids, take note. If you're in the Junior Derby League, keep your feet moving.
It's important.
Learn that footwork and toe stop play. So if you don't have the money to spend, you don't want to buy the VIP tickets for Champs.
Okay.
The pack is here. You can get a 4-pack of 3-day tickets to either of the playoffs locations for only $175. That's $85 off the regular price. Get your tickets now for the best events in roller derby at WFTDA.com/tickets. And you're thinking, well, Scott Chicken, where are those playoff locations? Because maybe I can't get to one.
That's what I was just thinking.
Well, let me tell you, September 6th through 8th, International WFTDA playoffs will be at Winston-Salem, North Carolina, right here in the US of A. And the following weekend, September 13th through 15th, international playoffs at Seattle, Washington, which you could drive up to because I drove down here.
You would already be there.
I will already be there.
I learned that earlier.
Exactly. It is all right. It says Seattle. Technically, it's Kent. It's a suburb of Seattle.
Kent is so nice.
Kent is very nice, and the venue is lovely. The ShoWare Center, a gorgeous facility for roller derby. Great lighting, lots of parking.
Oh, there you go. So what more could you ask for?
Well, you know, you got 10, 12 teams playing great roller derby, so that's pretty much all you could possibly ask
and
for.
Beer.
And there will be beer, I'm sure. Rachel Rotten with the star for Angel City. Brute jamming for your Wheels of Justice.
Rachel Rotten putting on a pretty good show tonight. The star jammer for Hollywood Scarlets.
Yes, she has had a very nice game and now almost teaming up on defense trying to hold Brute back. Either holding Brute back or just hoping Brute will knock her around Gallifrey, one of the two.
And Rachel Rotten sees the sunshine up front, but it's all behind Gallifrey.
And
on
called
her way to
for
the box.
the high block.
Boing. Shoot.
So power jam for Brute and a lead jammer as well. Brute trapped up at the back as OMG WTF is almost holding court at the back of the thing as Brute is finally through and pushing to the side.
If we could just move to the other side, it would be awesome.
So Brute now pushing in as back out of the penalty box is Rachel Rotten, and Rachel Rotten finally clears the pack.
Rachel Rotten just about to assault the pack when
Brute says,
called it off.
Nah, we're done.
Did you come all the way over here, though? Skate all the way around, and no.
And now I'll tell you to stop. So that takes the Rose City Rollers Wheels of Justice to 193. Hollywood Scarlets still held at 36. We reset with Lauren Much and number 512 Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam up against everybody right up front, all of them tumbling before her. Tarantula getting a piece of that, dragging her to the back of the pack.
Yes, Boo Gogi trying to break things up, but sent to the penalty box. So only 2 blockers on the track for
That was
Angel
a great
City.
start.
Much is through with 4. And a nice little spin move by Pearl Jam as we get the micro pack 2-on-2.
So I gotta feel like this half has been a bit more penalty heavy than the
It is feeling that
first
way.
half. There was never a time when just about all the blockers were in the box in the first half.
I'm pretty certain this is the first 2-on-2 that we've seen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hello there.
That was a swing and a
Tarantula
hand.
says, how about
Home
my
run.
shoulder? I would like to introduce you to my little friend.
Pearl Jam right back up in it, 4 more, putting points on the board.
This is now Angel City's largest jam of the game. As Much waiting and waiting as Tarantula in the box now joined by On a Roll. But Lauren Much is out with 4:16 total, and there's 4 for Pearl Jam as well. And Much checks to the bench, calls off the jam just before Pearl Jam could get there.
I thought she was going to get 1.
Did not quite. Lauren Much picks up 1, but Pearl Jam, no point for you on that last pass. So now we're 210 to 52. As you see Much going airborne over the hip check attempt. A nice and easy little jump.
Bonnie Thunders back on the track with Bonnie Nicole Thunders.
Thunderstorms.
I just wasn't done.
Storms. All right.
Sometimes I just lock up. Bonnie Thunders lead jammer. Bonnie Nicole Thunders with 1 more to get by, breaks out.
Yes.
Even the great Simonis could not slow down the thunderstorms. But no points were scored. Well, Bonnie picked up 2.
Bonnie's got your 2.
Thunders.
Yes. Can't even just say Bonnie. There's too many Bonnies.
It's hard enough already.
It is.
At least there were some great game names in the first game.
Indeed, there were. All right, number 16, Beyond Thunderdame, set to jam against 507, Rachel Ratton. And everybody's trying for the inside. Well, except for Beyond Thunderdame, who was started off trying for the outside, but now back to the in, and then the out, and then the in, and then the out, and then up, sort of up the middle.
And up the middle, Thunder Dame. Rachel Rotten still hanging in the pack. Nope.
And just as you say it, boom, also through the middle. Beyond Thunderdame cuts back to the inside. 4 points up, calls off the jam.
Seems like that's what they're doing.
Hey, we're happy to have you with us this evening for this fantastic tournament live on Twitch. If you like what you're seeing, join us for Watch Party Wednesdays, where the WFTDA is airing content from the 2018 postseason every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the WFTDA's Twitch channel.
And if you really want to feel like you're in the game, you should get yourself a Sisu mouth guard. Proud sponsors, the Wheels of Justice and the Rose City Rollers.
You can wear it while watching.
It's just like being there.
It is a lot like that, except you don't get, collided with by Lauren Much on her way to 4 points.
And calling it off. But they are. I see a strategy in the Wheels of Justice play. It's not just a theory anymore.
Is it now a?
It's
has
proven.
it been proven?
Yeah. I mean,
It's a proof. Get lead jammer, get points, call off jam.
Yes, that's it. There's no.
It's a solid strategy.
Yeah, run.
All right, 5-12 Pearl Jam back out to jam against Bonnie Thunders. 3-on-2 advantage in the pack for the Wheels of Justice. And Bonnie Thunder's one to beat, and surprise, surprise, beat them.
Pearl Jam still in the pack, having to start over.
Yes,
Bonnie Thunder's through for another.
Pearl Jam getting a little assistance with Low Betancourt out of the penalty box and back to join Juana Tees at the front of the pack. But now we've got everybody back on the track as Tui returns. And Pearl Jam finally clear. Bonnie Thunders picks up 4 more points, calls off the jam.
Oh. It's frustrating to work so hard just getting out of the pack and then call it off. Hollywood Scarlet's showing a lot of heart in that action. Still a lot of big smiles down on the track. Everybody's having a great time.
They are, especially Bonnie Thunders, who has the extra white smile on the upper lip. It's like you don't even need to smile because it looks like you are already. Brute is your lead jammer very quickly on the outside. Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms jamming for Angel City.
Wheels of Justice slowing down that whole concept right now.
And Brute, true to the name, just pounds through the pack.
Helmet cover pass in action to Crackerjack.
Crackerjack, if you're new to roller derby, was the pivot wearing the stripy helmet cover, and the pivot can accept the jammer cover from the jammer as long as they're both standing up and inbounds, handed directly, and then they become the jammer, and in this case, force the call off by Brute.
I will say Crackerjack had a great night last night. She played some terrific derby.
Crackerjack on the receiving end in that replay of Brute just pounding through the middle of the pack. And back with Rachel Rotten jamming against Lauren Much. And Lauren Much towards the front does get around 215 Bulgogi. Bulgogi, rather.
Rachel Rotten, one more to get by, breaks out. Lauren Much.
Rolled back.
Hands in the air waiting, calling it off.
Yep. Polly Punchkin with the knockout and the rollback to keep Much from completing the pass and only giving up 1 point. So that's a defensive win, gotta say, for Rose City. It does take them to 237. Angel City held at 52. And the large pile up in the middle of the pack with everybody going, hey, shouldn't someone get a penalty for that?
No.
Apparently not, because no one is in the box.
Back on the line, Bonnie Thunders and Pearl Jam. Bonnie Thunders out and around, lead jammer.
Pearl Jam caught up at the back as OMG WTF sort of scouting between the packs, now turning to offense to try and break Bonnie free.
Gallifrey, Simonis, and OMG WTF running the line up there. Bonnie Thunders back in the pack, trying to find a way through. Scarlett's getting a piece of it this time, and
not quite. Pearl Jam with the star in hand now was playing some defense on Bonnie Thunders, who was knocked out and rolled back. As OMG skating to the front, trying to hold Pearl Jam, and Bonnie Thunders throwing a shoulder, but Pearl Jam says, I think I'm just going to stay ahead of you now.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Bonnie, you don't see Bonnie Thunders get a chance to take the action like that very often.
No, not so often. And
dish it out.
If you're thinking, hey, wait, I think we've seen some penalties where people were too far ahead of the pack when they hit somebody and they went to the penalty box. Well, jammers can hit other jammers anytime they want.
That's different.
They have different rules. Number 16, Beyond Thunderdame, jamming against Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms for the Angel City Hollywood Scarlets, but Beyond Thunderdame again pushing through on the inside. Getting Good. Thunder Dame has this. It's so tall that like each step is so far.
It's long.
It doesn't have to push very hard, and all of a sudden you're like, where'd you come from? Oh, stepped over somebody. All right, great.
Thunderstorms breaks out.
Beyond Thunder Dame with 4 points so far on the jam. Now in on the second call and called for the forearm penalty.
Oh, there's a chance for nope. Forearm called on Thunderstorms.
Oh, double forearm.
So there'll be the old switcheroo in the penalty box right now.
That there will. One jammer enters, the other must leave. And leave very quickly.
It was not a Thunder Dame was not in the box for very long.
No, they were, yes, neither very long, and they took opposite directions to get back to the pack and got there about the same time.
Just trying to confuse us.
Yes. Too many Thunders in one game.
That also. Thunder Dame.
Yes, Thunder Dame pushes past Boo Gogi and is out with 4 more points as Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms just getting bounced around and then stopped. And then the gap opens up and bounced around and stopped.
It's that crushing maneuver between Nesbitt Smith and Tarantula that Thunderstorms is suffering through right now.
And 4 more points up for Beyond Thunder Dame. As Thunder Dame back for a 4th scoring pass as the jam time ticking down to 10 seconds.
Thunder Dame bounced out, taken to the back of the pack.
And Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms finally clears and does get 4 points. That is
Bugogi really dishing it out in that one.
Yeah, first points for Angel City since jam number 9 of this half. Takes them to 56. Here you see Beyond Thunder Dame doing a little hop on the corner and just getting past number 98 multiplayer block / Mally Webster.
5 minutes left, and we'd like to thank Voodoo Donuts.
Yes, we would.
For
making delicious donuts.
Yeah.
And also sponsoring, I'm assuming, Rose City, right?
Yes.
Something like that probably happens.
And my horrible eating habits.
Lauren Much jamming for Rose City is the lead jammer. Darby Dagger with the star for Angel City, now the star in hand. As Psycho attempting to get in the way of Much, but Much too quick. Lauren Much just ducking up the outside. That was a beautiful run. Darby Dagger not passing the star off to number 39 Crackerjack, but just choosing to hold on as Much as through for another 4.
Dagger almost out. Gallifrey swinging at it, and
there is your star pass. I said it wasn't going to pass to Crackerjack, but then she did.
Hey, we'd like to thank CrossFit Magnus, the official fitness partner of your Wheels of Justice. And while we're at it, we'd like to thank Work Sport Life, official leadership partner. That's WSL Leadership Coaching.
A 10-0 jam for Jam 18 takes us to 269 to 56. And Bonnie Thunder is back out jamming against Rachel Rotten. And someone already going to the penalty box.
210.
Is number 210, Tenacity. Speaking of tenacity, Bonnie Thunder's lead jammer yet again. A tenacious skater, if ever there was one. Rachel Rotten also clears the pack. Bonnie Thunders calls off the jam before Rachel can get back. So I mentioned your international WFTDA playoffs earlier, and we know the Champs is in Montreal November 15th through 17th. We also have Continental Cups, 2 here in North America. The WFTDA Continental Cup North America West is happening in Orem, Utah between August 9th and 11th. And August 23rd to 25th, the Continental Cup North America East will happen in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
That sounds awesome.
It does. It's good the Continental Cup's sort of taking the place of the old Division II playoff system.
It's a better title anyway.
It's a much better title, and it's a fun time. And hey, speaking of fun,
Pearl Jam takes lead jammer for the Hollywood Scarlets.
Oh! And jumps pretty much right into Gallifrey.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea.
Good jump, though.
It was a beautiful jump.
Very high off the ground.
and does finally get through with 4 points. As Brute says, I will show you how to jump that and land it without crashing into Gallifrey.
Like, oh, Gallifrey.
Gallifrey, everywhere you want to be.
Like a telephone pole.
Yes, she is the Visa card of defense. Crackerjack rolling to the back, teaming up with Chewy Lion as Brute rolls back to the back. Penalty box now empty, and Pearl Jam slowed down, had lead, now lost it as took off the helmet cover. Perhaps passing to Crackerjack, but maybe not.
I think they're just trying to fake everyone out. Fake me out twice.
Could be. Crackerjack trying to work to the front, possibly to make it a little easier on the star pass. We will go for another 3 seconds as lead has been removed from the board.
Pearl Jam finally through that pack.
Does have all 4 points, passed everyone legally before removing the star. Of course, once you take the star off, if you don't get any points until you put it back on. Now Pearl Jam back engaged Crackerjack, the pivot for Angel City, pushing to the front. Pearl Jam rolled back as Simonis, or actually it was Tenacity, I think, with the roll back, wasn't it? In any case, 4 more points.
Just ended all by itself. It seemed like forever because all night we haven't had hardly any jams that just ended by themselves.
Yeah, and we are down to 30 seconds of game time. We will get one more jam in.
My last chance to thank Left Turn Clothing, where fashion meets function. You'd think I'd remember that by now. Left Turn Clothing.
I do think that you should remember that by now. 68-283. And potential final jam, Lauren Much jamming against Bonnie Nicole Thunderstorms.
Lauren Much takes lead jam.
And Lauren Much checks in with the bench, and the bench says, why don't you look at the clock, Lauren Much? And Much is like, yeah, okay, fine.
Oh, that's the end
I
of the
will
game.
just end this right now.
Well, Scotty, why don't you wrap things up for us?
I will wrap things up by saying, Magic Pony, this was a wonderful day 2 of the tournament. I missed day 1, and I'll miss day 3 as well. But
oh, really?
Yeah, I'm going to slide in, do a couple of games, and head back out.
Certainly nice having you.
But it was
here.
fun being here. I have come to this tournament a couple of times before. It's wonderful. It's great to be talking to you fine people on Twitch. Speaking of which, I'd like to mention one more time that the Women's Flat Track Derby Association is the international governing body of roller derby, and you can find out more about how to play, where to play, and all 470-plus member leagues in the WFTDA. Head to WFTDA.com/new. Wheels of Justice are your winners. They're taking a victory lap, but they cut the camera back to us because they don't want people to see
who wants to
victory.
watch that anyway?
Yeah, it's a lot of sweaty high fives.
I guess that's it.
I got
nothing for you.
I don't either.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching us. It was terrific having you. This was a terrific evening of Derby, and we'll have more tomorrow.
Yes, right here on the WFTDA Twitch channel, correct?
Live from Oaks Amusement Park here in Portland, Oregon, the home of the Rose City Rollers.